Well, in the Big Bang theoretical physicists' quest for these neutrinoless double beta decays. Oh, and I made a mistake in the previous post. I did say that beta decay was super, super rare. Beta decay we see all the time. It's that double beta decay, super rare. But we have detected it, so we know it exists. But this neutrinoless double beta decay has never been seen. But they're putting all their eggs in that basket, hoping that it might help to prove the Big Bang. It's their last shot at it. Well, look at what it says here. They did find that there's some things about germanium-76, and they're saying, well, maybe if the process actually occurs, it would have to be really, really rare. They're saying that the process, the neutrinoless beta decay, would have a half-life of 80 trillion years. Well, they only believe the universe is 13.8 billion years old, not 80 trillion years old. So they're just putting it way out there. Since they can't ever detect it, in order to figure out how often this thing happens, you've got to get 2 data points. They don't have any. So they just imagined this. Well, the half-life would. And then xenon. There is an isotope of xenon and of tellurium that also might do it. And they're just thinking, oh my goodness, that half-life must be about 100 trillion years. You can't calculate that unless you get 2 data points, so you can at least make one curve line. So they're just guesstimating it using their brilliance. They are smart, but it's foolish to throw out stuff like this. Hey, Arthur Conan Doyle said, "It is a capital error to theorize before one has data. Inevitably, you twist the data to fit the theory rather than the theory to fit the data." And this is what's happening here over and over again with our atheistic, materialistic, naturalistic science friends. Well, they're looking at neutrinos and their mass, and they must be very light. Oh yeah, the proton decaying is another thing they thought might do it. And I asked a Big Bang doctoral student at University of Tennessee, Knoxville, well, you've never seen the proton decay spontaneously either. And they said, well, that's because the half-life is 10 to the 40th years, which is 1 trillion times how old they think the universe is. And so they just throw it out there and say, well, it's because of that. They're really just saying, because. Easter Bunny, the reason you can't see him is he runs too fast. That's one of their, it's a little dog eat my homework story. I don't have any logic, so I'm just going to say this, and you're just going to have to take it on faith. Why should I take on faith something that is claimed to be stamped, rubber stamped, or stamped in stone science? That you don't get that kind of street credibility in science by just saying, I told you, or because I said so. And I actually am a little, as you can tell, a little upset that they would even suggest that their authority is good enough for me. It's not. I'm a thinking person, and so should you be. Theoretical physicists suggest that if neutrinos are their own antiparticles, undetected heavier neutrinos might be paired up with the light ones in a seesaw kind of mechanism. The heavy neutrinos theorized to have existed, they would have existed at high energies present in the young universe, in other words, 13.8 billion years ago, could have given the infant cosmos a preference